No time to plot for standard lore. Welcome to the Worldbuilding for Charles O's podcast. Yeah, a player recently did something for mine. I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to say what they did. I'm not going to say who they pissed off. But I did. That did bring up a interesting for me to talk about because it's like, okay, um, they may not know about how present might gods actually be. They might not know about how terrifying they can be. So, let's start talking about that. So, I have a example god sheet over here. Basically just to illustrate the various levels that things can be. So it's like, yeah, first off, level 10 rogue, or level 1 rogue. Okay. Maybe instead, it's level 20 rogue. That did not change sneak attack, apparently. So basically how sneak attack works, for reference, and something that makes like having a rogue actually be like super terrifying, especially for a god, is nothing says gods have to play by the same rules that players do. So a rogue that's a god, maybe they're level 40. And if they're a level 40 rogue, like, they, in this case, they would have gotten about, like, 10 HP per level. So there's that added on. And then, on top of the HP, every 2 levels in Rogue gives a extra sneak attack die. So, if you're 40 in Rogue, that means you have 20 d6 for your sneak attack. So that is actually quite terrifying. That is quite dangerous to do. So yeah. Like, it is definitely interesting. So like, I kind of want to break it down into like features and then punishments, basically. So obviously gods have certain features that they will do, basically. Uh, uh, and so like I will have this be here, with a different thing that is called the hierarchy. For those that don't know about gods, so you can add you can add like other things to this. So like the typical set is higher, intermediate, and lower. So if I recall correctly, on like some of the higher gods, those are like the more well-known ones. Like, for example, Tyr is typically a higher god. Typically, some of the lower gods are typically like the more draconic ones, or things that are like more racial specific, such as, Bahamut, like a Tiamat. Maybe like Sadir too, because I need to double check on that, but I recall there being a gym. Hold on. Okay, so Sadir came up in the last game sessions. I did kind of look for this, basically. So yeah, hi, I found it. And also changed the player's notes because of that. So, whoops. I closed out of that. Nope. Okay. So something else I will say is like typically as well, they're like above all the other gods is the true god. So this one is AO, in other words, the DM. So basically, there always has to be at least some god, basically, for reference. And the reason for this is, like, whatever way you want to term it. Like, clerics, unless you're just saying, like, yeah, no, since there's no gods, there are no clerics. But nonetheless, even if you're actually, like, yeah, like, even if you don't have, like, any higher, intermediate, or lower gods, technically AO always exists, because the DM is always the one that's, like, pulling strings and stuff. Now, might they be fudging rolls? No. They don't have to be. Might they be, like, you know, doing other things? Sure, but they don't have to be. And that's the big thing with this, right? That's kind of why I wanted to talk about it, because I felt that it would be interesting. Um, actually, I guess that I do have a set as well with mine. So like I do have a set of custom gods, basically. And like part of why I have these listed as like higher than like the actual ones, and is the fact that like I uh yeah, I'm gonna say that the higher is the highest is normally known one. So what do I mean by that? I'm meaning that like uh, a lot of gods get their power from basically the faith that people have in them. That's kind of what gets AO to bestow some power to them, so that they can fit that faith and they can establish it even more. Now, I've actually done God stuff a little bit before, so I'll bring that up now. And the interesting thing about gods is they really don't have to have a personality trait, ideals, bonds, or flaws for them. Because typically when you have this, like, sure, it might be good, but like, they're gods, right? They don't have anything that binds them to the laws of mortals. So, like, there's nothing saying that, like, oh, hey, like, this person's a bard. They're a barbarian. No, actually, probably not barbarian. At least not with bard. Or fighter, actually. And then, like, wizard. So, like, powerful things. And then, like, make all these 20. And, like, yeah. This is perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine to have this be the case. It's also perfectly fine for them to be like, oh, hey, yeah, let's go and just, like, have proficiency in, like, all saving throws, in all, skills, in all weapons, in all tools, in all, like, in all languages and stuff, right? Because, like, uh, the most important feature is, like, gods do not play by mortal restrictions. They're gods. They are above what it is. That's kind of why I have the that's kind of why I wanted to show the hierarchy, right? Because, like, the hierarchy shows basically about, like, how far past mortals are they. In fact, technically, if we're wanting to continue it, it's like demigods, mortals, basically. If I could type it right, I'll want it to. The party. Actually. I would assume probably, like, higher demons / angels would probably be, like, almost between demigods in the hierarchy and like mortals. Basically. Because, like, yeah, demons and angels kind of, like, hand serve gods. Like, Asmodeus might be a ruler and leader of the nine hells and might be, like, a demon god, basically. But, like, as well, since he's not listed here, I'm going to assume that he wouldn't be even in the lower tier gods yet. Like, sure, he might be, sure, he might be in the demigod tier, but he's not in even the lower tier yet. Like, he's not like he's not like Bahamut, he's not like Tiamat, and Tiamat actually does give a very good actual showcase into, like, what gods are capable of, because, like, Tiamat actually does have a regular stat block that you can use. So, like, she shows kind of, like, the scale that a intermediate, so that a lower god would have. So, like, she has regeneration and multiple reactions, and, like, yeah, like, gods can have of multiple reactions and extra legendary actions and more mythic actions. Because, to be fair, the thing that I would say that is, like, why I bring up the mythic ones is, like, Tiamat was made before like anything else. Would help if I spelled ancient right. Because I knew about what I wanted to do. Because I wanted to go and look at the ancient dragon turtle, because I knew for a fact that it had a mythic. I knew it was a mythic. So mythic creatures really more started to come into light with Fizzbands. At least I know of. I didn't see mythic ever before Fizzbands, and I have started to see a little bit after. But yeah, like, they have this little thing that goes and recharges after a short or a long rest, basically. If you reduce it to 0, then its current HP goes and gets changed to a different value, and then you can use the mythic actions for 1 hour, and you're supposed to reward the party an additional set of HP for defeating the creature after like, the blessing activates, or after the thing activates. And so, yeah, like, it's a thing. I'm not gonna say that this is I'm not gonna say the ancient dragon turtles are gods, basically. However, that said, though, that said, uh, like, like, she actually does go and just the dragon turtle was made after, so therefore it stands to reason that like why Tiamat does not have mythic actions, and basically, which are kind of the same thing. Like, you still have to use them as like legendary actions. However, they're additional sets, so it's like, okay, cool. Now I get to do now, rather than doing like, say, a claw or a tail, I get to do a bite, basically. Uh, Tiamat obviously doesn't really benefit that much from that because, you know, she has the heads, but still. Oh, regardless. Anything else I want to bring up with the Dragon Turtle? No, not really. So yeah, something else I would like to bring up in there, like, uh, gods, have, limited, immunities, have limited immunity, to spells. Else, else, typically, it is 6 or lower, unless desired to be effective. Um, uh, so basically, like, the reason for that, uh, is the fact, or the reason why I specify that is the fact that, like, if you have a god such an avatar, or like, it can follow this rule. Like, a aspect, if I recall correctly, is like different than the actual like god, I think. Like, I haven't read up too much on the aspects, basically. Uh um Hold on. Okay, yeah, so I'm reading through this, and it's like, I don't really know too much about the difference between like this and an avatar, because like I know that there's probably a difference, and it's basically, and so it's like, yeah, actually I probably should just look that up. So do Google, I guess. Okay, so I don't care whether I don't care whether the AI on Google is right or wrong, but I do like going with the fact that the aspect is typically summoned by mortals, but also like semi-independent, and is more of a sliver of their power. So, like, if we were comparing this to like, if we're comparing like the aspect of Tiamat to like the actual Tiamat, like, it's less HP. Granted, it has a burrow speed and swim speed, which, to be fair, if that's the aspect, I probably would just give that to Tiamat as well. Basically, because, to be fair, it's like, hi, less intelligence, less wisdom, less charisma, and also somehow more dex. Eh? What? That's the aspect more dexterous than Tiamat herself. What? Uh, that makes like zero sense. Alright, I guess. Basically. I mean, yeah, to a certain extent, it's like, as well, there's like the chromatic wrath thing. Um, but like this also does show that like Tiamat is capable of, like this is also like from Fizzman, so I do like as you can tell, I really like Fizzman's from the fact that like it gives so many dragon things and dragon related things. I actually really love it. But like yeah, she's still doesn't oh wait what? Oh yeah, no, the yeah, she got extra reactions and also has like the legendary things. So yeah, it is what it is. Uh, uh, I will also say that God's Might has natural regeneration. Because like to be fair, like I said, the main reason why I'm looking more precisely at the regular Tiamat, not the aspect Tiamat, is the fact that like, well, yes, aspect Tiamat is more common. That doesn't mean, that does not mean that she's actually like, yeah, like it doesn't mean and precisely that she's better, right? Right. It doesn't mean that she's like the actual big, powerful god that you would go and have from Tiamat, right? Like, I there's always like catches and safeguards to power, or basically. Uh, but gods also are the ones that set the rules. So, like, think of, like, Mistra being, like, one of the higher gods as well, because she's the goddess of magic. So, like, she's also probably, like, just actually immune to spells. Because, like, if she's controlling the weave, which is where, like, all magic comes from, well, how are you going to say that that since you're fighting the one that is controlling magic itself, that she's not immune to magic? Like, it makes little sense that that would be, the case, because it's like, yeah, like she does her god things basically. Uh, And so, like, basically in my world, something that uh, I, I don't say that you guys have to do this, but this is one way that I gonna like rule with it is the fact that like I the like the higher custom god for me is only MA. The reason why it's only MA is AO directly gave MA his powers. Like, he has, MA has power over literally every domain. He can do anything and whenever and basically whatever he wants. Like, he can control the weave. He can change how the weave actually is functioning. He can control how other things are. Keep in mind, he probably doesn't because he cares about the stability and the power of the world. So, he's not going to break it, for reference. Like, AO kind of trusts MA to, like, uphold how he wants, basically. And so, he also has, like, domain over, like, justice, death, etc., etc. And the reason why he does that is so that, like, MA basically directly has the god powers of AO, and then he filters it to like he basically subdivides it. So like he basically kind of like is the one that's like the right hand man of AO, and he basically just says like, okay, you need these powers, okay, you go and do this, you do that job. You need these powers, okay, you go do this job over here. Or you are over there, okay, yeah, you go do whatever. I don't care right now. If you go and cause trouble, I'll go and deal with you. Like think of it kind of like Syntopia, basically, because like I played Syntopia like yesterday, and one thing I really did like about it was the fact that like it was God contracting hell out to an angel. uh, and so it's like, yeah, it's kind of like that type of hierarchy where it's like, uh, God basically just like wants to like see about like what's going on in his world, and he wants to like be able to like just kick back, relax, see what is going on, and MA is kind of the one that's like, hey, by the way, I want this thing done. Go do it. It's like, okay, fine. And then he just then like AO just goes back to watching people. Or basically, as MA goes and just like, then goes to directly deal with with AO's problem in the world. Like, I, and to be fair, if MA ever goes and tries to disagree with AO can just take away his powers and probably kill MA immediately after. Uh, so like MA ultimately knows that he can't handle AO in an actual fight. Like if he's ever handling AO in a fight, it's because AO is choosing to let him be able to be handling him in a fight. Like, uh, if he's not, if if AO is not able to, then it's like, yeah, that's kind of the case. And the issue for MA is the fact that like, I he can only give people up to the power of intermediate directly. Because like like he can't give anybody a higher role. Like basically the way that I think of it is like this is kind of like uh like yeah, this is basically like a Discord group, right? With like uh the true god basically being like the server owner, and then just like these are all the various admins, like if a Discord ever would have like, you know, 6 sets of admins basically, or 6 different administration roles. Technically more like 7 basically, because you could count the server owner effectively. But like assuming that there was the case, then it's like, well, okay, only a server or owner can add to like the higher custom one. Um, the only the well, yeah, like only the higher custom or higher can add to the intermediate custom. Um, the only ones that can add to the lower custom is intermediate custom and higher, etc. So yeah, like uh, it's kind of like that. That's why I think mainly of the hierarchy. Uh, and obviously, like different sets of the hierarchy might have different stats. Uh, so uh, I basically that's kind of I, uh, yeah, that's kind of why I went and had the example God, cheat here. Uh, so that like I can show you kind of like, uh, I literally the difference in stats. It's because like MA is like a very very high powerful one, so like he has very very powerful stats basically. But like a lower one, okay, maybe maybe facing them in their true form, it's like, okay, you have them when they're at like their full strength, they have 30s in every stat. That's not really breaking the rules. But like Tiamat, for example, like both no matter which form you do, she has literally 230s. So yeah, it's like it's a very, very powerful creature. Basically. Uh Gods are not supposed to be easy to deal with. Basically. One does not simply uh uh fight a god. Like that's literally just like I D&D like 101. Like you do not simply fight a god. Because like gods actually like gods at least full on like they can destroy you. Like Tiamat, for example, and yeah, like Rise of Tiamat, for example. Like if you don't impede the ritual to where you just like let Tiamat come out at full strength, like she is probably quite likely to like make massive threats against like you and your party. Basically. So yeah. Uh and then she also has like a ton of different immunities and top of different kind editions. And like uh like gods can be immune uh to like a lot. Maybe even like to everything really. Uh like there's no limit to like the damage types you can have ever for like something that's resistant to a god. Given maybe they're actually vulnerable to something. And like I know that if I ever made a stat block for AO, something that I would probably have on it is actually like because it's specifically me, or because it would be specifically like the DM, basically. Um, yeah, I would say that probably AO, like it would be best probably, or at least most sensical, to have AO be vulnerable to sound, right? Uh, because like the big issue with me is the fact that like part of why I don't like having yeah, like part of why I don't enjoy fireworks anymore is the fact of like just the rapid percussion of noise. Uh because like I just like I am technically like vulnerable to that basically. So like in technicality AO, since that's the DM, should in theory reflect that for me. So yeah, but like I might be uh immune to other things and uh like yeah, sure. It may be just that like the um in yeah, it may be just that like unless it's a damage for thunder, or rather yeah, like unless it's a thunder damage spell, which is basically sound for reference. And like yeah, it may be just that like thunder kind of like gets over all of the immunities of AO. So like if you have thunderclap, for example, thunder wave, etc., like AO might normally be immune to like say firebolt, burning hands, etc. But the fact that you went and put it as like thunder, maybe it actually affects AO. Who knows? Oh yeah, right. I forgot to list in the features that like uh gods might have like all saving throws and skills. Because like definitely like yeah, like as you go higher in the tiers of gods, like I definitely say that it's more and more likely that you do have the gods that do have like oh hey, I have proficiency in strength, dexterity, con, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws. Good luck. Even more so if yeah, like even more so good luck if it's like, you know, a actual like very, very powerful god. To be fair, nothing says that they also have to be like consistent. Well, like with 30s or whatever across the board. Tiamat, for example, is yeah, like Tiamat is a very good example of like not needing 30s, because like you know she actually has like just so many stats. Like she has high stats. Other than the 10 decks. But that said though, it could also be just that like actually would that be the average of 20? Let me check it out. Okay, so for reference, Tiamat's stat total is an average of 25. Basically. Well, more specifically 24 and 5 6 basically as like the average. So yeah, like for reference, her drop would have been like probably Dex, in all honesty, if she was average. So like I it might be better to say like I lower is like I average 25 for stats. It's because like I this is a little bit more showcasey. Well, actually, yeah, no, that's not really that much of a better showcase. But like to be fair, this is also like not even her full power. This is just a bit of it. Basically. Uh. So yeah, like uh, gods. Like I definitely wanted to bring this up basically for the fact that like it's always like interesting to look at the gods, because like the gods are where you can break the D&D rules, right? Uh, uh, and so like uh, a actually I probably should put this as the top, like uh, gods can have as many avatars as they can handle. Uh, uh, so like, they have to manually control these as avatars. Keep that in mind. Um, um, and using these as avatars, they can have fun or cause havoc on the material plane. And so basically, here's kind of like where I have a line with it. In fact, I will go and like I can I do no I don't think I can do that with a ordered list. But yeah, like one line that I also will have of typically when gods are making like their avatars and having the material plane is like I would reason that gods that are yeah, like once that they go and figure out like, oh wait, I can return to the material plane or interact with the material plane with an avatar. Alright, cool. The evil ones are told, like, they're basically told, like, don't interact with it. Well, actually, they're told that they can interact with it, but they're more there to have fun. Like, they're not there to enforce justice. They're not there to cause mayhem. Anybody that is directly doing that is likely to go and lose their avatar privileges. So like, Bahamut, for example, he is one that is likely to like he's likely to just like be there for fun, effectively. Like I've used him a lot in my campaign as well, particularly with Shell, where it's like, God, come save me, I don't know what to do here. And Sir Bahama coming down, it's like, how are you still alive? How many times have I killed you already? Like you, he just, like probably would after that point, it's like would go and like kill him again. Too fair, like uh, I almost want to say the last time they actually dealt with, you know, Bahamut, he kind of destroyed town. Like the lawyer, like there was a lawyer that literally just like casually said like, you know what, let's rage bait Bahamut, why not? Cause Bahamut has no way, like if Bahamut destroys the things that are in that room, there's no way to recover them. And since I didn't destroy them, I can't be held in contempt of court for destruction of evidence. So since this is stuff that I would want to have had destroyed anyway, why not rage bait him into destroying it? And he did. Exactly like the lawyer was. But like, Bahamut kept manifesting, not partly because partly to do things basically with like one person specifically, but like I consistently he was like manifesting not to solve the world's problems. He wasn't manifesting ever to cause a problem. He was specifically coming down typically to punish. Basically. So like, gods can come down, possibly with avatars, to fight those that have royally wronged them. And so something else that I will also say is like a feature of a god is, as gods can just create items of favor at any point, and bestow them to any creature they see fit. Whoops. So yeah, like, it's one of those things, and you, like, a god never has to answer, or, like, they can't, yeah, a god never has to answer any question of their actions, and like they can just decide like, Yeah, no, I just wanted to do it. I just felt like it. If you don't like it, screw you. Piss off. I'm God. I don't care. I don't care what you have to say. You exist because I let you exist. Basically. Uh, God of death. God of magic. It's like, you exist. Well, you're back here because I let you come back here. I could say, no, that spell, it no longer has you specifically as a valid target, even if you desire to be lived again. Like, I, one thing that I do say is, like, very interesting, for example, is Revivify, right? Like, a god of death, like a god of death, like, a yeah, like a god of death, or the god of magic could just say, like, yeah, no, I want this person here, so no, they're not a valid target. You like, literally the spell just fails. I was right on that one person, and as it's like, wait, so we have a diamond, we have we have this third level spell slot, we casted the spell, and it didn't work. It's like, yep, that's exactly how it is. I want to ask a god. The god never has to respond, but the god can respond like, yeah, no, that the gods of death / magic just said no. Like, no, they don't get to come back to life. But I've, like, yeah, sorry, can't help you here. Like, that's that is something the gods can literally do, because like gods effectively control the world. Uh, or at least, like, they control the magic. The world. Well, I guess it's more like, I, they especially control, or especially they control all the magic of the world. So, like, magic basically functions off of, like, their will, their desire, effectively. And so, like, I it is what it is, basically. And, like, I do have a very good spell I like to use with, like, gods. For example, I I actually have to find the person. DMs. Basically, because, like, I I know. Oh, cool. The search history is there. Because, like, I know for a fact that they went and sent it to me, basically, because, like, I my one of my more favorite spells. Is it a powerful spell? No, not at all. Not at all a like, funny spell. Oh, basically, uh, it just is a great spell. Oh, the spell that I like so much is, screw that one guy in particular. Those that know my podcast know how much I love the spell, because it's a level 1 evocation. It's the casting time of one action. The range is unlimited. Basically. So technically, like, you could, like, I would say probably I should probably change the range, because technically it's like the range, the world. So you can use it, and it's like, why did that not hit somebody? Let me try again. Uh, like, you just keep casting it until you just no longer have spell slots, and it's like, why is this doing nothing? It's a person railing across the world that just got hit by like 50 lightning bolts. Why do I keep getting hit by lightning? What did I do? Oh, because, like, like it's an instantaneous thing with verbal and somatic components, and it's for wizards and sorcerers. And like the funny part about it is, if the spell is cast again by any spellcaster within 1 minute, the same creature was struck, and the spell reads, "A bolt of lightning streaks across the sky to strike one creature within range. The creature is randomly determined by the DM. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw, taking 3d10 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. Since the range is technically unlimited, that means it could go anywhere in the world to just strike one person in particular. As like they're not, they may be like literally on the other side of the world, just casually dying because it's like they they just happen to get targeted, and like I they don't even see anybody casting a spell. It's just like, hi, they just keep getting hit by lightning. It's like, what did I do? Like it is very, very funny. I definitely say like I thank you, Wyron, for finding it and sending it to me like all those years ago. Because like I for reference about when this spell was sent to me, it was sent to me exactly on September 20th of 2020, basically. So like during and like COVID, basically. Partly when I was actually doing the Broken Havens again, because I had actually like messed up with otherworldly transportation, and it was before we decided, yeah, sure, let's go and do this thing, and we just kind of like had a one shot that's like, okay, sure, yeah, let's go and make this campaign and stuff like that, because the players just loved it and stuff like that. But that's another story entirely. And so like uh certain gods uh oh, certains, yeah, totally, like uh yeah, like certain gods can have different reactions slash penalties. Is some include gods death, maybe just taking the soul. Because in theory, like since they have control over death, they can just do it, right? Like if they hit 0, they might just take the soul on reaching and 0. Like ones over creatures might send and creatures to target the individual. One of the things that I would do now is like if the god can summon slash create oh, whoops, I definitely want just that thing now, because that was a very bad typo. But yeah, like if they can summon the and slash create, uh, uh, may maybe they like yeah, like maybe they summon slash create an encounter, or specifically to punish the person. Because like gods can be fickle. Uh, yeah, like actually, they can be in between indifferent and fickle. Oh, actually, is more precisely, because like they could just like flat out not care at all about humans, right? Like, like they can 100%, like 100%, they can just be like, yeah, I don't care about what they do. I just want to see what they would do with it. Like, it is what it is. Or they could be entirely like, hey, yeah, I want to mess with you. Let me go and mess with you. Oh, hey, by the way, here's this item. Or, hey, here's this item. I kind of want to murder you now. Let me go try to murder you now. Like, yeah, the gods can do that. They don't have to play by any sort of logic. They don't have to play by any sort of rules. They are their own thing. So, like, yeah, like, the interesting thing about a god is the fact that, like, you'd have them be like any sort of thing, right? Like, you might go and walk down the street and see like this random cat girl. That might be Tyr. Who knows? Like, who knows about whether or not Tyr wants to just like randomly walk down the street as a cat girl or something. Maybe Aphrodite or whatever freaking goddess is out of like lust or like fertility. Maybe they just want to walk down this. Maybe they want to walk down the street naked or something. Like, who the frick knows what a god wants to do? A god might not care, basically. Like, gods can just like say screw the rules. We don't care. And that's what makes them like so easy to be present and absolutely so terrifying. Because like they have multiple different ways that like they can be present. If they want to punish, they can bestow like curses. Maybe just for maybe a just because they can. Maybe they don't like their tone. Maybe maybe they were that random NPC that got punched. Like, who knows? Who knows? Like, this is definitely something that I would say you might want to do for murder hobos. Basically, like, if you have a bunch of like murder hobo-y players, right? Like, this is something you can add to the list of things that I've done that make it to where like yeah, you can do it basically. Because like we have the enforcement things, right? To where like yes, there's the world police. Well, yeah, you might have the world police. You might have a regular police. You might have the hive mind police force. Errors basically. You might have court systems. You might have bounties. You might have like reputation basically, and they just grabbing negative ones. But I would say probably the one that works almost the best is godly one. Specifically, if you make it to where the gods are present, basically. Because then it's like, okay, hi, you're being punished by the gods because you are doing things around the gods. And the gods are not liking how you are being, basically. I would recommend, like, say, like, hey, by the way, yeah, you are now being is that you are now cursed by this. Because keep in mind, and a god, a god can't maybe like gods break rules basically. So like a god could bestow a curse in theory without actually needing to worry about a saving throw from the person to resist it. They just can't. Like gods, like this is why I go and say that. This is why I would wanted this is like making or titled this document as making gods present and terrifying, because like I typically in D&D, right, gods are just there, like they just typically are there. They don't do anything. They don't provide anything of interest. It's just hi, they exist. So like what now? Like sure they exist, but like does it matter that they exist if like you know they don't provide any benefit, they don't do anything? Like who knows? And like I definitely say that like having random gods be just like coming down is like so important or so useful, because like if they are talking to like random NPCs on the road, maybe they just randomly stop an avatar, or you could just like roll an eye and just be like, okay, it's like make a make a general make a note of a description, basically say it, probably have a god for an avatar, or have a little set of avatars, basically that's like pre-made, effectively, and like when they ask a random NPC, like okay, sure, go and do the uh like do the roll table or whatever, and see like what avatar just happened to be there, like who did they stop basically just now? Might they have stopped like Tyr? Might they have stopped Aurora? Might they have stopped like Bane? And or like maybe a maybe they went stop Saloon, and maybe they stopped Talos, etc., etc. Like I it is by far a way to like reward just like random exploration, and if you want to do that, uh and like yeah, it also then makes sense. It's going back to like what I planned for like the previous as IRL week, which is like for reference, I did I'm doing this so like 2 days after my birthday, and more specifically for the 16th, I did the last one. What day was it again? Yeah, the last time, the last week was the ninth, basically. So yeah, it was fun. But yeah, like it is what it is, basically. So yeah, like I I definitely do love the idea of using gods. I might make a roll table. I don't. I'm not going to confirm that I'm going to make a roll table. I'm not going to deny that I'm ever going to make a roll table, but I might do it. I might do it just so that like they have more reason to believe that like, huh? If we go and get a random item, maybe a god gave it to us. Maybe we shouldn't sell these, because we never want to risk pissing off a god. You never want to risk basically a divine punishment, basically. Uh, Especially not as a cleric. Because like as a cleric, right? Like the gods don't have to come down to punish you. Uh, like they don't have to like come down to fight you with an avatar. Uh, they don't have to like take your soul on reaching 0. They don't have to like uh yeah, like they don't have to like do creature things basically. Uh and like yeah, it is what it is basically. Uh like they don't have to like as a cleric of God, like you don't have to like the god doesn't even have to like summon something to punish you, or to bestow a curse. Like they can just make it to where like your spells, for example, like everything has resistance to it, right? Because like they can make it to where like, oh hey, your spell is only doing like half damage. If it would do half damage, it now does like quarter damage, unless something's immune. Uh, like I wouldn't necessarily say that like you should like lower their 2 hit, lower their save, basically. But like I you could go in like a slight thing to do that would make it to where like, oh yeah, so I've pissed off a god. It's to literally just like half the damage. Like it's a small, easy, and effective solution. To like making it. Uh, and I definitely do like the idea of like I touching up so many of the gods effectively, because like I then like as I said, one of my players recently pissed off a god, and I will definitely say I am going to make them regret it. I'm going to show them how terrifying gods can be. So yeah. Uh, I will say that one god I could include taking one player's soul at 0. I'm not going to. I don't think that they would. Partly because like I feel like they don't really care too much, right? Like it's kind of one of those things where it's like I I feel it with that god at this current time, it's like could they take the soul? Yes. But it's also like, hey, if I take the soul, I can't go and like interact with them here. There. If I don't take like if they die, then like okay, cool, it's their time, and I get them forever. So win-win either way. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed me talking about like the various well, one, the godly hierarchy, so you go a idea about where you might want to place gods, basically. Like I typically prefer it as like there's the true god, basically, which is like always the highest one. Nobody really knows about it, but that's where basically all the power for gods originates. And it's the higher custom one for like uh anybody that like the highest god, so like in this case AO, kind of wants as like the ones that are overseers basically of like every god. Uh the intermediate ones is basically just like kind of the ones that they want to elevate basically, and like still have it be like above like all the other gods that they've given the power to. The lower ones kind of just being like the rest of the ones that they gave the power to, but they don't really care about where they are. They just kind of like, yeah, I'm sure I'll give you power. Why not? Uh, so like for example, Ball. But yeah, like the character Ball. Oh, from this. is like the god of balls. And it's like they would be a lower one because like not really caring. It's just like okay, cool. Wretched, for example, is a similar one. And Delph, who is a god in this, I would say she's probably like intermediate to be like slightly more elevated than the other gods, but also like I not really like powerful or good enough to be like on the level of MA, right? Uh and then like it's then based off how well known it is. So like a higher god is more likely to have like a lot of churches and stuff like that. Like you might like I might not place it on the map, but are you likely to find a church with them? Yes, probably. A intermediate, so like okay, a little bit less likely, but like you might still find the church or two for them in the town and stuff. Lower ones is like yeah, you're probably finding them as like more local gods. Like yes, they have powers and stuff, but you're more likely to like see them only as like once a once in a blue moon, or more specifically in like specialized cities, specialized towns, so just like you know specialized countries that are almost more dedicated to like a race that would worship that type of god. So yeah, that's simply how I would prefer it. But maybe you prefer it differently. That I can only say how I like running my games and how I enjoy it. You guys can disagree all you want. But it is what it is. So hopefully y'all enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something. And if you want to hear me yap about 80 sort of thing, I should be live funny enough tomorrow if you're watching this on YouTube. At Gordon underscore fan 42. I'll probably be getting into Yakuza again. Well, Yakuza Kiwami too. Should be fun for that. Uh, if you're watching this on watching slash listening to this on a podcast platform that's not YouTube, I do recommend going to YouTube because as you can find down in the description the link to the Twitch. Also on the Twitch you can find a link to the YouTube that is like at Gordon fan basically. So yeah, there's that. Also in the YouTube description, I have a bunch of artists that I do recommend, and if you want to go and check them out, basically maybe commission them for your own games and stuff like that. I also have a Discord server that I use as basically where I'm plotting like all these games for and stuff like that. But yeah, like with all that said, I will probably check out the ping that I have. And yeah, I'll ultimately see everyone when I next see you all.